What is up, you guys? I'm so excited for this video and so excited to take you through an evening of decorating. We're going to decorate one of my favorite trees in the house. We had to make a little festive martini, get some movies going. So I'm really into martinis lately. I always kind of have been, but really now. We put on Why Him, which is one of my favorite movies, and we decorated the elf tree. So I have a twinkly tree, which is what the base of the actual tree is. It's a very full, beautiful tree. I love it. I kind of want to get more of them just because it's such an easy tree. It has like a little foot stepper. You can set the colors to whatever you want. So right now the theme is obviously very red and green. I love it. It's just such a good tree. All right, so the tree skirt that I have, I always joke about this because it just reminds me of Santa Claus, the movie with Tim Allen, whenever Scott Calvin is like dressed up, walking around right before he goes to see his son. And I think it's even funnier that I got a gnome at Home Goods that literally looks exactly like him and how he's dressed in that movie. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, it's okay. It's all good. So I have this elf tree and I decided to build upon it. I have some gnomes. Last year I got some new picks and sticks. This tree is entirely picks and sticks, so it's a really easy tree to put together. The other thing that's really easy about it is I don't need a ladder because it's right in front of the staircase, which is awesome. So these curly cues are from the same spot that I've been talking about, that Decorator's Warehouse. I absolutely love it. My brother built me this larger ladder. I built the smaller one, and I got this idea from visiting an amazing Christmas store in Fort Lauderdale. If you've ever been, it's called the Christmas Palace. If you've never been, you need to go. So they had all these ladders like sticking out of the tree, and I just thought it was so cool. And it's honestly really easy to do. Like, I just got some balsam wood and I painted it red and I glittered it up, and I just got it all at Michael's. It was super simple. And my brother made me the other one, this one. I will say that his is way better made than mine because he actually knows what he's doing. The other tool that I will tell you that I use a ton in this tree is this floral wire. You can get it in the floral department at Michael's or any craft store, and it just helps hold everything in and together. The ladders, the elves, and I'm going to show you how I do that. The other ladder that I have, so I have 3 ladders. This is the third. This one is like an animated ladder. It's really cool. So the brand is actually Mr. Christmas, and there is a Santa one, there's an elf one, and if you saw my elf kicking legs that I bought, it's all the same company, and it's honestly super reasonably priced. Like, it's nothing crazy, but this elf is really cool, and I love that he's got like some lights on his back and he's lighting the tree. And the elf's bag, like the gift bag, is actually the power source. So you don't have to have it on if you don't want to. You also don't have to have the music. And yes, there is music. It's pretty cool. So the power source just kind of sits at the bottom, and the elf can go up and down the ladder on his own. And he's shockingly very smart. Like, he'll stop or fall to the bottom and still hang on to the ladder if he like takes a misstep or hits a branch or whatever. So make sure that it's clear of any obstructions, but it adds a little, I feel, flair to the tree, so I love it. Now, obviously an elf tree needs a ton of elves, and I've talked to you guys about this before. I sometimes get a little bit self-conscious about my love of elves, and I often am scared that people are gonna be like, oh my god, they're creepy. I get it. If you think it's fine, but for the most part, you guys never say that they are, and I think they're super cute. I love them. So I've collected them over the years, and now I have a ton, and it kind of decided to just, you know, it became its own thing, and now it's a tree. So I take out all of the elves. This is how I store them, literally as though they're about to do a bungee jump, and it kind of protects their face. Their faces are all ceramic, I think almost all of them. So the tree is really all elves and picks and sticks. There's no ornaments, so it's really, really easy to put together. The, I think, longest part would be the candy canes to stick into the tree, like the bigger ornaments, just to make sure that they don't fall over or anything. But once they're in, they are in and they're secure. So I have these extra large candy canes that I got at Michael's. Had to put on a good movie. Best scene ever. I feel like you can like hear the music in your head watching this. So good. All right, so these curly cues, I got them I think last year. The little spirals, I just love them, and I got a ton of them whenever everything was buy one get one at Michael's. The other thing I got was this sleigh. So it's a smaller-ish sleigh, but perfect size to put in the tree, and this is really something that I use that green wire for. So I will kind of figure out where the placement is, and then I will tie it back in the tree. or just kind of place it in there so that it's sitting properly. But more often than not, the heavier things in the tree do need that green wire, but it's super easy to get in and get out. So I place the sleigh in there, and it says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then I will put an elf on top of it, kind of like he's like sledding down the tree. Basically what I'm looking for, surprise, surprise, is like a certain level of chaos happening with the tree. That's kind of the theme of all of the decor in our house, is like a very organized chaos. This elf is like a special elf. It's, oh my gosh, maybe you guys know the brand. There's a certain brand of elf. I think it might be Kurt Adler, and they're a little bit more pricey than these. These elves are called Raz elves. I'll link as many as I can for you. You can find some on Amazon. A lot of mine are purchased at like little gift shops and boutiques, but I love them. So the elf tradition kind of continued from the tree, and we're gonna go back to the tree in a second, but I decorate the mantle also in terms of an elf theme, so I figured I would share that. Yes, we are continuing with more Christmas movies. So my mom had got me this little clothesline, and I thought it was so cute. It's kind of like Santa's clothes drying out, but it was very elfy. So I figured how cute would it be if like two elves were holding either side of the clothesline. So I tried to put together my smallest elves, like the littler ones, and there's two that kind of look the same, so I figured they could like hold either side. I also had these beautiful guys. Oh, I love them. I shared them in one of the first videos of the season. I didn't feel okay putting them on the mantle. Like they would have not stayed on there, and I was so scared that they would break, and they're ceramic. So we stuck with just the posable elves, and I kind of, you know, make them hang on to the garland so that they're stuck in there. And so the next morning I kept going with all of the elf theme and prep and landing. And I had these two little prep and landing toys from a trip to Disney World. I absolutely love that movie. It's like the greatest thing ever. And it just makes me so happy. And a lot of you guys said that you watched it this year because I suggested it. It's such an underdog movie. It's not even a movie, it's like a short. It's so good. I love it. Lanny and Wayne, they're so cool. So the garland situation continues all the way up the railing. I have to show you guys my little hack. So these garlands from Michael's come with these little hoops, and they fit perfectly around the knobs on our railing. A lot of people ask how I attach it. That's how I get it to stay in place. And then I use a big ribbon to tie it all down, holding the lights and everything. But it's a task, and the amount of glitter that falls whenever I'm doing this is crazy. So I had my Mrs. Claus cuppy going. We were having a great time. How cute are the napkins? So what I do is I lay down a base garland, like a smaller, thinner garland, and then I have these big icicle garlands, just two of them, that go over top. Now we can't talk about lights. We really can't. I can tell you about my timers. Those are great. But the lights, half of it burnt out this year, so I had to buy a new roll of lights. It is what it is, it happens. So for all of my bigger elves, I have about 5 or 6 of them. They go right onto the banister as though they're all kind of sliding down. And I definitely see all the green wire. They're all tied in because I would cry if one of them would fall. So they're all tied in. I have the big peppermint ribbon kind of going all around. And then I got these peppermint bows this year. If you guys remember that at the beginning of the season, that's what these are for. So those are going up the staircase with the peppermint ribbon. And then it ties in perfectly with the tree. And I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, hopefully you can see the Mickey street light that I brought inside. That's supposed to be an exterior decor, but I was like, why would I let the neighbors look at it? I want to look at it. So I love that street light. It's so cool. Love the peppermint bows and the peppermint twists of everything and all of the elves. This is like a collection that started probably 6 or 7 years ago. So everything is tied down with that ribbon as well as a rope, and then the elves are held in with the green wire. So everything is tied in tightly. It honestly doesn't take that long to take it down either. I try and make it as easy as possible for myself, but I love all of my large elves, and I wanted to go all the way up the stairs to be able to show you because I feel like I haven't shown any of this yet. Although we have filmed a ton in Florida, we're back home now, so I'm going to show you everything. So if there's something that you haven't seen yet that you really want to see, please let me know. I love the climbing elf. I love the Mickey snowman, all of the things and all of the Christmas vibes. I cannot wait to share more decorating with you guys. Like I said, if there is a specific video that you'd like to see, definitely comment it down below. Most of all, definitely give this a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed and following on Instagram because I've been posting almost every single day and I'm on stories every single day. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, dudes.